In today's video, we take a look back at some of our most memorable moments at Wakefield Park. Let's get there. Guts. Well, opportune time to do this episode. We had some terrible news yesterday, as reported through Auto Action, that Wakefield Park has had to make the unfortunate decision to close its doors on the 1st of September. And, you know, we're not going to get into the legalities or the court proceedings or anything like that. It's just the end result here, and hopefully there'll be a resolution down the track, but in the meantime, it's going to be closed on the 1st of September. And we're not going to cry over spilt milk here. We've had some amazing times at Wakefield Park over the last sort of 12, 24 months. Frankie and I were quite late getting to Wakefield Park. You know, we've been howling around in go-karts and our own race cars for many years. And it just so happened that Wakefield Park was on our doorstep here. And yeah, we've had over a dozen track days in the last sort of 2 years, as I mentioned. And we've made a bit of an aggregate clip here of all the best bits. And we'll take you through step by step. And each of the days are pretty interesting, and a few offs and a few PBs, but let's get stuck into the action. Let's go. All right, so our journey first started through quite an opportunistic purchase, actually. We had some real big hailstorms here in Canberra, and we had, out near the airport, we had tens of thousands of cars with hail damage that can no longer be insured or in some cases registered, and we were lucky enough to pick ourselves up a car that was a VE SS Ute, meticulously maintained, apart from some hail damage. So we picked that car up, and yeah, it's been a godsend actually. It's really helped us, narrow in our tradecraft on on the racetrack, given us a platform to sort of build this channel as well, and obviously share information with you guys. So we headed out in spring of 2020 in our first track day, and we attended a track school day. And it was a weekend day, and there was quite a bit of traffic out there, and the Ute, it looked beautiful just quietly. It had a beautiful, spray matte bonnet and scuffed up paint as we were getting ready to paint it. But we learned a lot that day. We weren't the fastest out there, as you can sort of see from some of the footage I'm sharing with you. It was downright dangerous, actually, when you look at the stock suspension. And yeah, I had a bit of a moment at the top of the hill. That was good fun. But we learnt a lot that day. We learnt where the boundaries are, where the breaking points are. Frankie had been to Wakefield Park quite a few years ago on a motorbike. But yeah, none of us had driven a car in earnest. And it was a lot of fun. And Frankie and I, basically, that was the moment for us to say, right, we've got a pretty cool platform here. Let's start investing in it. Use the mods and knowledge that we can then apply to Clooney, our VF race car. And it really fitted the bill. And that was good. Right, and then we were lucky enough to go along to a track day club day, and that was getting towards the end of 2020, so it was a very hot day, and went for a ride in a fairly souped up HSV, and that was good fun, showing you some footage as we speak. And yeah, that thing went like a scolded cat actually in a straight line. It was, I think, running still stock, 20-inch wheels and tyres, so not the best grip in the world, but it had a lot of mumbo she was pumping out. And yeah, that was good. But we got the bug later on that afternoon to take our own car out. We didn't run in the morning sessions. We only ran in the afternoon sessions. And yeah, we basically found that our Yokohamas were scrubbing. We borrowed the Yokohamas and our Koya wheels off our VF. And yeah, we ran into quite a bit of a drama coming out of the fishhook. And I had Tony Virag with me actually in the passenger seat. And yeah, we could smell and hear some pretty serious rubbing. So that caused us to sort of come into the pits. We put our other Nankangs on. We had our road tyres actually, our commuter tyres on the rear. We kept the Yokohamas on the front, and Frankie pumped out quite a few good laps, and I think he managed a 1:14, which those weather conditions, it was a stinking hot day. I remember it was over 35, and then I went out to have the final session of the day, and there was a bunch of traffic, and I think there was some oil down, and so I got lined up into the marshalling area, about to go out. No, couldn't go out. So I had to reverse back, and of course wearing my helmet and big Sparko seats, and yeah, I backed into the Armco and hit the rear bumper. That was good fun in front of everyone, and goes to show you that doesn't matter what skill you got out on the track, sometimes you can't even park a car. But I'll own that one. Won't be doing that one again. So if you ever see me reverse out of a garage now, I look 30 times over both shoulders to make sure I don't make that mistake again. Very embarrassing. Anyway, that was good fun. So after that track day, we got invited to attend the Jimmy Nats Day. And again, that was in the end of the year. I think it was in December 2020. Another stinking hot day. And we were rounding up cars left, right and centre. And that was good fun. We had some high-powered Geminis we're up against. There was an LS-powered Gemini, a yellow Monaro owned by young Tony. He was hanging around, and Frankie was keeping up with him. And yeah, we had a lot of fun that day. And basically that was the motivation of us to say, right, we've got to go get some suspension and brakes into this thing. And that's what we did. As we're saving up for our suspension and brakes, Frankie and I were getting the itch to go back out to Wakefield. So all we had was Grandma's grocery getter out in the front yard. So we borrowed a young Fred Jr.'s Hyundai Getz. We put some semi-slicks and some suspension on that. And that was a lot of fun. And howling around to a 123s in the little Getz. And people just shaking their head at this little buzz box, hanging through the fish hook on full noise. And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, probably... We have taken it again since then, and we'll show you some more footage as we're speaking here. Not the world's most enjoyable car, but a day at the track and it gets is better than a day not at the track. So that's the way you got to look at it. But that was all good. So then we did save our pennies up, and we got back to Wakefield in the ute. Next thing you know, we've got BC Racing coilovers, an aggressive wheel alignment, we've got Hawk pads, DBA rotors. Oh, this thing could finally stop. Got some braided lines in there, and yeah, seriously got some confidence, got some Nankang rubber on, and yeah, I pumped out a 111. It was going very fast and could have gone even faster if a certain BMW production car didn't hold me up. And yeah, no, he was very courteous, that gentleman, and he knew I was there for 3 laps and he didn't get out of the way, so that was really good fun. But that's how you get by on a track day. You be courteous to those around you. So that was good. Again, got too greedy that day and didn't understeer off the track. I locked up off the track this time, coming into turn 2. So held a flat through turn 1, held the berries, put the brakes on, and of course we didn't have ABS. We had our ABS harness crushed after our last wheel alignment and bush change. And off she went into the kitty litter, and I tried to get off the brake. It was too late. I was off into the kitty litter, and that was it. A little bit embarrassing, but if you're not pushing the envelope of grip and you're not testing your braking markers, you're not trying hard enough. And yeah, I definitely proved that to be true. So that set the benchmark for us, 111.2. knew it had a 110 in it because I did the 111.2 in the first session of the day, and I was just getting warmed up. So, but anyway, that 111 become quite a hard benchmark to surpass, actually, as we'll talk about our next couple of track days. Move on, 2021, end of 2021, Christmas time, Fred Jr.'s birthday present, put him in for half a day in the Trackschool 86, and he had a ball of a time, and geez, he went well. Pumped out a 118 with a fantastic instructor. And yeah, no, he'd learnt a lot, and the boy could drive already. You know, he does quite a bit of simulation racing, and he takes his little Mirage out, and not a whole lot of fear in the young boy, but he did very, very well. And his very first track day, never been to Wakefield, never been in an 86, and to pump out that was pretty good, and yeah, made a very proud Fred Senior sitting on the sidelines there. So then we knew stuff with Wakefield was happening, and we heard about the Land Environment Court hearing that was coming up. We could see what was happening with the development application, and we knew there was some storm clouds on the horizon. So it was a matter of getting as many cars as we could back to Wakefield to maximise our time on the track whilst we've had access to it. So took the Type-R out, a car that I've had for over 18 months now. Stock tunes, stock tyres, stock setup, stock everything. Just wanted to go there to see what she'd do. And it was a lot of fun, pumping out, mid 110s, pretty much lap after lap, apart from getting held up by some traffic, which was what happens at Wakefield occasionally. But it was a lot of fun, very forgiving, and you knew exactly when it was going to break away. You could brake late. It was a fantastic experience. And, with tyres alone on that car, I'm sure there'd be a 8, or Pro Driver, maybe a 7 in it, even just with the stock setup. Easily could have, knocked off 2 seconds with my own driving if I had some more grip on a couple of those corners. But yeah, it was not without lack of trying to get those 110s, and it was a pretty special day as well. So we were happy with that. And then finally, our last experience at Wakefield, as we're about to get the ute back out there. Again, we heard more what was happening with the restrictions on the number of days, etc. And we had a day that we were about to book, and we sort of held off, noting that it was probably going to be cancelled. We went along to World Time Attack, and again, that was a fantastic experience as a spectator. And just to watch the aero and the grip of some of those cars, it was pretty special. So glad we got to experience that, because there may not be another one, unfortunately. So again, hope you've enjoyed this video. We've done over a dozen track days, as I mentioned. We've just chosen some really cool bits and pieces here to share with you. Hopefully sanity prevails. Show all your support you can for Wakefield. I think there's going to be a cruise for Wakefield in Sunday coming. We're going to be there. We're going to fly the flag. And yeah, we're just going to do everything possible through administrative channels, obviously, and helping everyone really in the motorsport community try and rally some support around this decision and make our voice heard and support the community. There's over $17 million of economic impact that Wakefield provides, both direct and indirect benefits, and it's a real travesty to see it close. And let's hope it's not closed forever. On that note, catch you later.